I always told myself I wouldn't do drugs like everyone else, that I was gonna do better than that. And I guess my story begins before that. When I was younger, I moved around a lot and I didn't have many friends. I was actually bigger and really kind of awkward. And I was depressed, I was alone. I felt like nobody could understand me. I didn't think that anyone knew who I really was. And one time I was out playing football, I ended up getting tackled and I broke my ankle. And I found out I had a tumor in my leg. And I decided that I wanted to live life. You know, I wanted to experience it to its fullest, or what I thought that meant. And it turned out it was benign, but I still wanted to experience what life was. And so as I moved away and continued moving around, I ended up going down to Oklahoma to visit my uncle. And when I was down there, a guy offered me ecstasy, and instead of an Advil, said it would help my headache. And in that moment, I felt happy. I felt accepted. I felt like people understood me for once. And so I decided that I wanted to try everything. I wanted to really live life. And so I went out with this gentleman one time, and he asked me to steal a CD for him. And at the time, he just kept giving me drugs. So I was really willing to do whatever he wanted me to. So I stole it and I got caught. Ended up getting detained by the police, and my uncle had to come bail me out. When he bailed me out, he asked me, you know, if I wanted to smoke some weed to calm my nerves. And at this time, I would do anything to make me feel better. And so I smoked, and the rest kind of becomes a blur as the years went on. The hole got bigger, the void got bigger, and I just needed more and more to fill it. I got addicted to porn, and I was cheating on girls, and I was doing anything I could to feel better about myself. It wasn't until I was sober that I hated who I was, and when I was using, I felt complete. When I was 18, my parents moved away, and I decided to stay behind for a girl that I was with for 3 months. And shortly after that, I lost my house to drugs and alcohol, and then I was homeless, bouncing from party to party because I knew if I got drunk enough that I could stay there. So I just got drunk every night, hoping for a place to stay. Then I ended up one night after a party, jumping into a car and stealing some things. I got arrested for secondary burglary. And when I was in jail, I decided I was going to change my life. I decided I was going to do something different. But when I got out, I didn't change the people I was hanging around with. I just changed what I wanted to do. And before I knew it, I was back to my same ways, actually worse. I told myself I'd never do meth, but that's where I ended up. I was so addicted that I was willing to give up anything, manipulate, lie, cheat, steal, whatever I needed to do so that I could get what I wanted. And then it came to a crossroads when everybody finally found out that I could keep on using and keep on drinking and lose everything, or I could get sober. And so I just cried out to God and asked Him to help me get over my addictions, of my lusts, my failures, just to help me be new. I got sober, and I got plugged into church and in a community where people could help me. And I started seeking God, and He granted me healing and restoration. Depression, addiction, adultery, healing, restoration. That's my story.